finally happened. Finally. This is way overdue. I thought this would definitely be already done, but James Harden has officially been traded now out of Philadelphia to the LA Clippers, which was the rumor anyway of that's where he was going to end up. So they get back, Philly gets back Nick Batum, Kenyon Martin Jr., and Marcus Morris, and a bunch of trades, or a bunch of draft picks, I should say. Philly is also sending PJ Tucker to the Clippers as well. Get it out, Joy. So there's no excuse now. There's no excuse. First, let me talk about James for a second, right? He gets what he wants. He said he would never play for Philadelphia again. Honored that word. He never showed up he didn't show up and play any games. I'm sure they were having conversations whether to show up or not, and all that good stuff. But regardless, he didn't play any game. But you had to do this, right? You couldn't let this bleed off into the season. It was going to be a distraction. It was going to be a distraction for people like Joel Embiid and the other guys that's on this team, Maxey and so forth. So you had to move on. And you got a guy in Nick Nurse who was taking over this team as well in the first year. So you had to make this move. You don't want to have this hanging, over you. James didn't want to play. It wasn't any opportunity for him to come back, or any chance for him to come back. Let him move on at this point and go to the Clippers, right? So now the Clippers. James is going to be an excellent facilitator. He led the league in assists last year in that. He's not the same James Harden that he was, nor should he be. The man is older, right? But he's joining back. He's getting back with his old teammate, Russell Westbrook. You got two former MVPs on this squad. You have Kawhi Leonard, an MVP, finals MVP. You have Paul George, on this team. You have at the center position, you're going to have Zubac. They still have man. There should be no excuses at all. Now, and I know people are going to be talking about, well, what about the load management and everything that comes with the, Kawhi and Paul George and all that stuff. Just whatever's going to happen is going to happen there, whether you like it or not. This is more about the playoffs, right? The playoffs. They made it to the playoffs last year. They got bounced out in the first round, but this is about what James can do and what James can help them out with for the playoffs. So now you got 4 either former or current All-Stars on this team. You got a guy in Ty Lue who has won a championship. High expectations are for the LA Clippers. They were already high anyway, but they're even higher. So with the addition of James Harden, he's going to give them another ball handler, right? He's going to give them, if Paul or Kawhi can't, play in the game, or if Russ miss a game, you get another guy who can give you 15, 20, 25 points, or maybe go back to his olden days or the olden age. And I know I'm saying that like that's 40 years ago or something like that, but you get a guy who can go out there and give you 30, 35. He's going to be happy. They're all going to be, one big nucleus. LA wanted this to happen. So I'm just glad that the deal is done. We can stop talking about where James is not at. He's in LA. I think that's where he wanted to play anyway. We can move forward with the season now, start discussing basketball instead of off the court, stuff, which, him playing, not playing is still on the court, but off the court stuff that happened that led to him not playing. So we can stop discussing that and we can just watch basketball. But the addition of James Harden, this just increases the look, or us paying attention to what's going on in the Western Conference with him and that addition. So this is a good pickup, for the LA Clippers. Philadelphia had to do this. They had to move on. You couldn't have him there. Fans in Philly would not have sat there and just let him play on that team, right? That move had to be made. So it's done. It's good to go. We can continue to talk about basketball and only basketball. James Harden, a new member of the LA Clippers.